Yes, man in the wilderness, I'm up. Yeah, man, the renegade when afraid. Alongside the rebel. I in the place.
Same so, same so.
Yes, man.
They are. But we have some legal work on me. I'm way behind, but a man called me this morning and again to show say that we not play politics. Is a staunch JLP supporter called me and start complaining about some things that go on at the university.
Yes.
And in terms of really call and I call somebody at the university and them give me the lay of the land and them say, boy, I'm reach out to you and why if you just load it up. Cause some foolishness are going up there. So like that.
And this same attack, that thing, hold on. Let me just show the people.
Today. Anything with government minister Fayval Williams have up her sleeve, not gonna work. Understand? Too much of the foolishness. Denzel Williams lead race for UWI Mona principal claims insider. Right? That's a professor. Right, voila. I see them people, yeah? Then you have Professor Michael Taylor. And then this is a Professor Ignace Fayval Williams. And then this is a Professor Denzel Williams.
Dale Weber.
Professor
Dale Weber.
Professor Dale Weber. Okay. So we hear some things on the ground, so we want to straighten that out. Professor of the International Business and Senior Administrator at the University of the West Indies, UWI, Denzel Williams has been recommended to take over as principal of the financially troubled Mona campus in Jamaica. The paper learned. And then it continued down here. So, however, the final decision rests with the University Council, the highest decision-making body of the 75-year-old regional institution, which will consider the Vice Chancellor, Sir Hilary Deckel's recommendation at a meeting on Wednesday. You hear this? Wednesday. Okay. Under the 10th, under the statute 10, university law, which govern the appointment of principal. The principal shall be appointed by the council and the recommendation of the vice chancellor. So we just show this and then we'll continue. But we're going to talk about some things now where we are here say Fayval Williams want to insert herself, yeah, insert herself and pick who she want to pick. Although Denzel a lead and I'm supposed to take over, them want to change that because she want to put in some colleagues by line to party. If it's so a trouble that, you know, that I bring trouble. Yeah? That I bring some trouble here. See there? The maternity the panel comprises as 11 persons. And Vice Chancellor, so they must show you the whole of that. But, well, we are right here, we're going to talk about this. Yeah, some of us are run through, and we can see it. See that? So it will show you, say, that Denzel Williams, I am up front. Out front, it's showing you, you see it? 87%. The criteria of the post. And Stiver second, 73%. You see it? Taylor third, 69. Of the criteria of the post, you know. So he might lead with 100. I want to know when there was 67. You see this? Yeah, man.
So Betty, so this now, which one them want to put, well on there, who them want to put front of him now? Where we are here on the ground. Because we are here, so Fayval Williams want to put one of them, you know, and I threaten to hold back some money. Yes. And we have to answer that now work us again, you know.
Yeah. What we are here is that Denzel Williams, when him do the psychometric test, you just pull it up a while ago, him scored 87, right?
Yes.
Him scored the highest out of anybody. The person who called me tell me that Denzel Williams is them know him to be a PNP supporter.
Oh.
But them say him is a quiet man. Him not come out and load up him things, but them I don't know how them know, but them say him is a PNP supporter. The person who get Walla, I think it's Walla, gets 69%. Walla is, from what I'm being told, an outspoken JLP supporter.
Oh.
Right? Now, the council that met, there are 11 people on the council.
Yes.
Right? And the council make up a whole heap of different people, including the Minister of Education. So you have Denzel Williams and you have Walla. I just want to make sure it says Walla. Is
Walla last?
Walla's the guy will come third. There are 4 people.
But the fourth, but they have 69.
69. Yeah.
But they have 2 other persons. Yeah.
So what happened is that Williams is at 87. Then there's another person. And then Walla is at 69. So then them go to the council now. Because the psychometric test is a test where them do, with the interview and the this and the that, everything, and test the suitability of the person for take the position and be successful at the position. Person who know the issues and all of that.
Yes. So
the council comprises of 11 people. So the second phase of the appointment or the selection process is that, first is the psychometric, then the second piece is the voting. 11 people on the council. 8 of the 11 voted for Denzel Williams.
Yeah. 2
voted for Walla. And 1 person voted for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So Williams scored the highest on the psychometric test. Most votes on the council. And now we're being told that the minister has inserted herself into this thing and said that them don't want Williams. And that if them go through with Williams, then funding will, the university will see that its funding stream is affected.
But it's affected already. So they might threaten, they might say, listen, if we get Denzel Williams, we are hold back funding.
Right.
And that does mash up some little thing, and that bad.
And the
taxpayers' money they might threaten him with.
And the weirdest thing is that the division they want to take over, it already have problems with funding.
That is it.
It already have problems with funding. And him convinced the panel that, look, I have the best man for the job to turn this thing around. Plus, him scored the highest on the psychometric test.
Yes.
And then now we see where politics come in. Now they want the person who come third in the psychometrics test, and the person who gets 6 votes less than this man, him forget the job.
So that means them a planter, them go around and plant people. You have to vote for them. So it's a political thing them are playing, not them not appoint people by them.
It's not merit.
Yes.
It's not merit. It's not merit.
Oh.
It's who you support. And this cannot be allowed to happen. I know what I hear is that them have some disgust on the campus, and me says not only the campus in Mona, because the job is at Mona.
Yeah.
Now you see the students them know are rant and rave over in a Barbados and in a Trinidad.
And Trinidad too.
Yeah.
And in Antigua.
Well, yeah, because they must say this don't make any sense. How can you have the most qualified person? By far. It's not even close.
No.
By far. If it was close, some people could have said, well, but this man have beat him street and lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then now them turn around and say, well, here what? The other thing too is that all the council had to do was make its recommendation to Beckles. And then Beckles just make the announcement.
Yes.
And them want to stop it now. They want to stop it and say, well, no. Similarly, you remember when Chief Justice Sykes, when he get the job, and the Prime Minister want to put him on probation. And I say, well,
because you want to feel him, say, hey, you feel loyal to me. And that the Prime Minister of Jamaica do. And that we have stopped. No. Because you see, them take a guy, put in a baby, put in a police space. Because as long as you're loyal, and then them take a Major General Lampile and put in, find a space, put him. So this is what them do all the time. It needs to stop.
There's a trend here, and I hope your listeners can understand that this is a significant story. First of all, because it's going to affect the university and by extension affect the students.
Yes.
And then we always talk about the future, right? Being the students. And here it is that we're planning to affect them simply because of a political decision taken by someone or some people indicating that they want their candidate who is far below the number one candidate. They want their candidate to take over the leadership of this, of the being the principal of the Mona campus, which doesn't make any sense. And like I said before, there is a history, there's a pattern, and there's a practice of this happening, right? And we talk about the police commissioner, we talk about the
ambassador,
the ambassador, the Ministry of National Security, a whole bunch of ministers. And so you have to ask yourself the question, you have to ask, are they really serious about the development of Jamaica when they do things like this? Because what you want for as a developing country in light of Vision 2030, you want the best people in the positions so that you can make a difference.
Yeah.
So that you can make a difference, and then you can, with 2030 in mind, you can make Jamaica the place to live, do business, raise a family, invest, so on and so forth.
Yes.
But with this kind of behavior, this is a setback. And also keep in mind that Minister Fayval Williams is no stellar achiever.
No.
Keep in mind that, to put it in real terms, Minister Fayval Williams is a failure. And I'm saying that
sub-zero.
And I'm saying that because I can show them again on the observers list of the worst performing ministers for 2022. She made the list.
Of course.
Hold on there.
I'm going to show you something too, I'm going to play 2 video. Me that you drop that. I'm going to play too, Watch this.
Up first, teachers across several parishes remain restive as they urgently appeal for the government to make a better wage offer under the new compensation scheme.
TVJ News has been informed that dozens of teachers called in sick Monday, while others were clad in black at some institutions.
As TVJ's Fayval Williams reports, some schools were forced to dismiss classes early.
Songs of sadness.
We are a conqueror.
Teachers at the Migrate High School in St. Elizabeth harmonizing the hardships of the job. Their black outfits and placards symbolized their ordeal.
Well, currently, members of the academic staff decided to have a meeting and express their discontent with the current wage negotiations, as well as their disappointment in the Jamaica Teachers Association.
The disappointment, according to the teachers, is due to what they described as the unfair wages offered in the negotiations between the Jamaica Teachers Association and the government.
Teachers have always been suffering, and we feel abandoned. To be honest, we feel abandoned by the union. When we look at the current wage scale, we can see that members of the administrative staff have been boosted, whereas the trained graduates remain in the gutter, and we're very dissatisfied with that.
The B.B. Coke High School in St. Elizabeth also issued a statement on Monday advising parents and guardians that classes will be dismissed at 11 o'clock as teachers staged a sit-in. The Garvey Maceo High School in Clarendon issued a similar statement. Over in St. Catherine, it was a similar story. Some teachers at several schools in the parish did not show up for classes Monday morning, and for the ones who were present,
this is...
All right, so teacher have a ball all over the place. Look, hear this woman now. Wanna hear this?
Ornament with borders that are open. We know that Jamaicans migrate temporarily, as in the agricultural programs over the decades, and permanently to join families or to respond to work opportunities. Over the years, we've seen some of our teachers make a very personal decision to migrate, and those decisions we have to respect and to wish them well. Sorry to see them go, but we respect their decisions.
Yeah.
As to where we are currently, I know that I would have given a couple of interviews last week and indicated to the nation in terms of the number of reports that we would have got of resignations. And I indicated that last week at that time we were seeing 80. The current number that we're looking at, and this is for the period July to present, is 167. These resignations we know will impact staffing for the new school year, as they are so close to the start of the new school year. Obviously, resignations that would have happened in the last school year, we would have seen where those would have been filled, or at least many of those would have been filled, and so those would not.
No, so talking alone, show me half an hour. So, me just show you teacher fasting, them can't get their money, and then them have this lady, me don't know, because me don't know who she talk to. And I tell her, say, you know, it's sad, and me can't even listen to the way she talks after them turn up the mic, I can't hear her. Eh? This is an education minister. Eh? But them want to play politics. And can't even make some little speech, make people hear them properly. And people have to resign and leave. Me never not play no more yet. People have to resign and leave. And them still come and play politics. Why them not stop the foolishness? Eh? People can't get them money ratty. Teachers are teachers and can't pay them bill. And now you go to university and want to put in, them still want plant, who them a plant or withhold money. It don't make no sense, brother. Jamaica can't run so. And I threaten for withhold our taxpayers' money. And if you have money, she withhold, you know. And I like to draw some money and put up there and say, me nah do this. She say, hey, put in no more and put in, and I will tell the taxpayers' money of Jamaica against Wagwan. That makes sense to you, brother?
Nah, you know, yesterday I had the occasion to go to a charter school, the best charter school in the state of Maryland. And I was talking to the principal. And for the coming year, starting in August, she told me that they have 4 teachers coming from Jamaica. That's 4 teachers who won't be teaching our children in Jamaica. Them come up here, come teach Americans, right? Similarly with the nurses too, right? And you have to ask yourself the question as to why is it that these things are being allowed to happen under this lady? Why? Again, a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. This woman has no clue as to what she's doing. This woman, and I don't like, I mean, with all due respect, this is one of the worst performing ministries. This is one of the worst performing minister, and yet it is one of the most important ministries.
That body.
It's one of the most important ministries.
One of the most important
ministries, yeah. And we have one of the worst performing ministers in there. And what I'd like to do for the audience is to read them, because when people hear my comments and my remarks, they might think that, well, me carry belly. That's the latest phrase now. Me carry belly for people.
That's a distraction. That carry belly.
No.
Hold on, Ratty. Remember correct them again. So uno wanna carry pay back front of uno. You wanna carry belly. The one we have belly and back and side. So you don't understand them because with them belly, me don't understand them, you know. Eh? Carry belly.
Well, I want to read to them. I want to read. I'd like to read for all of you an Observer article that came out on December 31st, right? Less than 6 months ago. And it's entitled Observer Online's Political Winners and Losers of 2022. And I'd just like to read you a few sentences about what they had to say about the Honorable Fayval Williams, right? They said the title is Fayval Williams Struggled at Education Ministry. And it says, from underperforming and missing students to teacher migration and textbook shortage, Education Minister Fayval Williams had a forgettable 2022. Normally, you want to have an unforgettable, things that people are going to remember, you know? And the Prime Minister was talking that day about legacy. You don't want this to be a legacy at all.
What kind of legacy do?
Yeah,
legacy.
I'm too young, and the man that achieved too little for talk about legacy.
He not achieve nothing. No, legacy.
Yeah. But It says, despite her assurances that $2 billion was allocated to the textbook program, school administrators have reportedly been forced to ration the few books that have been delivered to them, with a full term now complete in the 2022-2023 school year. Under Williams' watch, Jamaican students continue to perform poorly in key subjects such as English and mathematics at the CSEC level, and teacher migration has escalated. And then it goes on to talk about Senator Damian Crawford, his comments about the minister. And he says, according to Crawford, Williams was less than honest when she told a press briefing in September that a total of 248 teachers had resigned from the public school system between July and September. Quote, nowhere in that press briefing were we told that in 2021-2022, 1,310 teachers resigned. We're not talking about the other 435 that retired. The country was being given the image that this is in line with the norm, Crawford stated. He pointed out that in total, 1,745 teachers left the profession, while 1,098 entered during the same period, a deficit of almost 700. So
yeah, that a deficit almost 700.
Right.
That means them a bungle up student knowing that, and then them teacher not get paid. As a matter of fact, I want to play something, but you see what you just say? So we have to have the thing them, We have to have the thing them, because when you go say that down, look a while now, it's something good. Go on talk, I can find something and play. I find something and play. Yeah, man, I find something and play.
Look, anybody watching this program, everybody watching this program, you owe it to yourself for this topic to go and look at just YouTube Minister Fayval Williams at Town Hall, because she did one last year. I think it was in September or thereabouts at Jamaica College. And in attendance was the Prime Minister. Just go ahead, YouTube it, watch it for yourselves. Watch it and make your assessment. And at some point in the future, we can talk about, what do you think? But what you're going to hear, you're going to see the minister. You're going to see the minister performing. You're going to see the minister giving us some remarks. And you're going to see the minister fielding questions. And then I want you to listen to her carefully. Also, what you're going to see the Prime Minister interrupting at times to answer the questions, and you're going to see some other people, I think the permanent secretary and some other people rallying around her trying to protect her and answer the questions, because she could not answer the questions. She couldn't answer. There was the head girl of Arden High School, I believe, ask her questions about the attrition rate, people leaving the profession and people traveling overboard. Not traveling overboard, traveling overseas. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't answer the question. The Prime Minister had to jump in and help. And, there's something called in agency law, I think in torts as well, there's something called negligent hiring, where if I hire somebody and I know the person is a stiff, I know the person cannot perform or whatever, and the person get in an accident, the person cause problems, I get sued too. And them sue me saying that I was negligent in hiring this person, because then they go back and they pull the records. Yes. As you would say, they pull the CV and they look and they say, well, wait a minute, this person shouldn't have been hired for this job, right? Mm-hmm. And so me get sued. And so this have to come back to the Prime Minister. Why does he keep...
By the way, Ratty, remember play him when him say when the shoes is on the other foot. Listen, watch this. Well, pull him up. What?
You cannot keep the largest part of your labor force, which is the public sector workers, under austerity. What it does, it demotivates them. It makes them wonder, what am I working for and why should I put out effort? And when their income declines, and if any of you here are teachers and you realize that you can't take taxi to work anymore because your income simply can't afford it, now you have to jump on the bus, you reach school late, your uniform or your clothes pull up, and you just don't feel like you should put out that effort. What happened there? Your productivity as a teacher goes down. Results start to fall and the country start to move back way. Is this here?
Okay. Not my word. Not the word, Ratty. So them know. Them know. Result of a fall in the country move back way, but you put like a bristle tooth for run an education ministry. And then the people them the result of fall. A matter of fact, the people them a migrate. Them take up job overseas. 4 in a one school, brother. In the school over here.
Yeah, 4 in a one school. 4. You know, and the thing is, the prime minister, he cannot escape blame here, because don't forget that at one point he himself was Minister of Education. So he knows the requirements of the job. He knows what it takes to be an effective minister. He knows how to produce. He knows how to take care of children and the teachers, right? So the idea hold on.
Boy, no one and knock him. You hear what the man does say when the thing upon the next foot look a while. He might tell us that the country go back where.
Right.
Tell us that the teacher them not perform. But now I'm gonna perform and the theme watch now. Them a leave.
Oh, hold on a second there. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, no? Lest we forget, this was the same man who put Royal Reed over there.
Good. I remember, you know, Royal Reed was his advisor. I'm Ratty. You thinking of me not think one day of myself. Say a man will leave from JC when me never hear him a patter cat, him not touch nothing. Him there JC for a time. I go and do him thing, but nobody never come up and I know my JC. Them not say, why this move or that move? But they go in at the ministry no education. And all of a sudden you much million move and all kind of things. And a woman come and say, them put money in my name, them gonna give me 30,000. Millions. Yeah. And I know, nothing I try. Let me tell you, monkey see, monkey do. Them can't trick me.
And you know something?
Yes.
This would be the perfect case for him to get the FBI in, because my understanding is that monies left Jamaica and were transferred overseas. He at least should have the FBI look into it. We don't know what they're going to find, but it has been alleged that some of those monies ended up in the Washington, D.C. area and elsewhere. I don't know how true it is. All I'm saying is that if I'm hearing it, I'm sure you heard it too. And it would have been very easy for him to say, look, he should have hung out Royal Reed to dry. He should have said, listen, in terms of transparency and accountability, you're a disgrace to my government. He should have come out with a public statement like that. Although they said that you're innocent until proven guilty. But he should have said the allegations. He should have said the allegations. He should have said the allegations, if proven. Then you would be a disgrace to my government, because we're talking about, and in fact some of them are even allegations because some of them were readily proven already that the woman she get the 30 grand.
Good.
Yeah. Good. She get the 30 grand and they went into her bank account and said that she was pulling down all of this money and then she was taking it to him. And she said that. So I mean, there's a history here at the Ministry of Education. And somebody once told me that that's the cash cow, you know. They say if you want to make money, you go over to the Ministry of Education, because they have so many programs. They have feeding programs, training programs, transportation, all kinds of programs they have over there that you can really make some money if you're so inclined. If you're so crooked, you can go over there and make some money. No, I'm not insinuating or alleging that Minister Fayval Williams is crooked or anything. I have no evidence of that. What I do have evidence of is her incompetence. And it's not just me. Also, the observer said that she's struggling over there. And we don't need anybody to struggle over that department. We need a superstar over there. We need a superstar over there. This is not like minister of, not that any of the ministries, you know, they're not worthy to be called ministries, but you have some ministries that are more important than others. And education ranks way up there along with national security. Right?
Yes.
Because you need to secure your population and you need to educate your population. And here it is that we have a failure leading the charge. And then for her to come out now and say that, well, we're going to withhold or indicate we're going to withhold funds from the university if we don't get our candidate. That's what's being reported in the news, at least. That if that's true, I don't think this is not a woman with a backbone. Yeah, she doesn't strike me as somebody with a spine. So it would appear to me as if somebody told her to say this. And I'm guarantee you, if somebody should catch her in an interview, have you ever listened to her do an interview?
Listen me. When I listen to that woman, you can't even hear her number one. And when she's not different from Google. It's a female Google.
Listen.
I'm serious. She's a female Google.
Listen, she was on Jeffrey Tavares one morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was on this program, Make We Talk. And I was on it. And Jeffrey said to me, listen, this is my interview. I'd rather you don't participate in this interview. And I said, fine, no problem. And Jeffrey took her on. And the woman, she bolted. She ran. When Jeffrey started asking her some tough questions, she ran. So I don't know why she's still there. I don't know why this prime minister just keep the failures in position. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Him like that, you know. And them around the country is like, you know, when a country has a government, I run it like it's a party thing. Yeah, the members with it too. I have to remind them, and a joke. So when she want to put in one of them people there, for them kind of style. For them kind of style because they put party first, front of the
So if the thing about it is if there are, again, this is similar to the Camina Gate situation, right?
Yes.
Rules were established for a particular person. They were established for people to follow them because this is social order, public order, educational order, whatever order it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that people know for certain that this is how we're going to conduct business, and also that you have a standardized process, right? So everybody's aware of it. And here it is: we have a standardized process that you do the psychometric test, and you get a vote from the council, and then you get the job.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes,
everybody agreed to that. That's in place, and now they say, well, you know what? No, we don't like this guy, and so we're gonna withhold funding. And it makes no sense. If that's the case, why don't they just go ahead now and just change the rules now? Just go ahead now and change the rules, and so that if the person is not of our persuasion, is not of our ilk, is not of our liking, then we don't want them. Never mind that the person is the most qualified. No, don't let that get in the way. We're not going to let that get in the way. Qualification at this point, we're not going to let it get in the way of what we want done. I mean, this is nonsense, clearly. And I hope she gets a lot of blowback for this. I hope she gets a lot of blowback.
No, but as you always say, you know, these money, you know, what they must spend, remember, it's not their money. It's the people's money.
Yeah.
And them not understand this, you know, what I say it a million times. And by the way, people, can you have a couple of them, you know, you know what you just tell them? It's a JLP call you and tell you that.
Yes.
High ranking JLP member. And them, you know, feel disgusted about the whole thing. Okay? And we can remind them this away, we can play 2 more videos. And turn at them. Because you know, we finger just touch them fast and a ratty. So we just remind them what we are doing right now. Them should have glad. I'm matter of fact, we do Andrew a favor because this is what Andrew say, and then I can play that video. We just remind him. Watch that.
Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in concert. All well-thinking Jamaicans should raise their voice in concert against the high levels of crime and against the government in not doing enough in concert.
All right, so we are raise our voice in unison. That him tell us to raise our voice together. Hold the government accountable whether crime, anything at all. So that we do for him. Him should have thank Queen Arati. Him tell us to do what we are doing, you know. I him forgot. Remind him. Me just remind him. You understand? And this is how them live now. Let me show them how them live. And this just stop. Look here. Look on this. And just listen this.
When I came tonight, I wonder why Prince and people on a bad road. They come so far from civility to come this up. I guess you want to show me the road to But Prince is one of my patrons. Prince, we're $320 million. hear the rest. The other one we just advertised last week, we said the 1 million, where name again? York Street plus the others. This seat needs attention. And the member of parliament was been advocating for you all up here. A strong advocate. I travel these roads with EK Power. John Jazz before our days. But EK was chairman of your council when I was vice chairman.
So them a keep a meeting, you know, and it's all about the party. I'm gonna show you, you know, just listen what them gonna say now, you know. So you can't this is what them just put in. Them not have no interest in the public at heart. You have to be a member of a party and you have to listen what them a say. Like me don't know if it's a gang I run Bratty. Listen here.
When I ran 1980 and 25, he said, boy, you waste your life. Don't run to the 50s. Because you can go club, you can go party, you can go to hotel down the south and very soon. But I'm in this thing now for 53 years for this party. 23 years as member of parliament. And I reached the twilight of my days. But tonight, I'm not going to speak of it just for a reason with labor rights. We go from here. One asked them a while ago, say, them promise water somewhere back, what should he demonstrate? I said, if you have something labor right, wouldn't talk that shit. You talk to us, talk to Peter, ain't talk to us. But they write about demonstrate, but if unite. In Southwest St. Catherine at Bushy Park, them black road and demonstrate. It took me 2 years to fix. I do not respond to road blocking and demonstration.
Is that at the minister, this in the prime minister, everything the prime foot in a ratty. This are the minister say them are labor and the people them want water in a ratty. And him say no, him no response to demonstration. You can't be labor and demonstrate. You can imagine, man. Mm-hmm. You starve to death or die from thirst from your labor right. You're not supposed to demonstrate or open your mouth. Wait till when them deal. You ever hear anything like that in any country, Ratty? No. This is with the same finance. This go back for sure, you say, is a pattern of them. What them do with Fayval now. I tell you, she want to put in, who she put in. She with L money. It does the same with L money, same way. With the road. Them block the road, so them take 2 years to fix it. Because them don't respond to demonstration. You ever say anything like this?
Yeah.
Eh?
No,
it's
a joke, man. It's a joke. Joke.
Country can't run like this, brother.
No, country can't run like that at all.
And she do the same thing. So it's a pattern. People also say it's a dictatorship. It's a dictatorship. Because me want water. And me can't get water because I'm a vote for you and can't get water. You say, you know, I'm a road. Me demonstrate. You say, me not fix it. I don't respond to demonstration. 2 years, me not fix it. And you're not supposed to be a labor right and demonstrate. This is so them brainwash for people. I want to give them the job. You hear how long you work? 53 years. 53. What want to get out of this? We employ a man for 53 years and him a dictate too now. You can't believe this. And I'm Fayval Williams to do the same thing now.
Look, I can't believe it. You put him inside there for 53 years. Him feel like, so well, then why? Him is a demigod. Him run the place and everything like that. Him no respond to them. They respond to him because he's been entrenched in that position. So him feel like nobody can talk to him. Him can do whatever he want to do, right? And that is a hallmark of a politician who's been in place for far too long. Because at the end of the day, they're all public servants. They're all public servants, and they're not being paid. They may get bribes from private private
Yes.
concerns. But they're being paid their regular salary by the people. So they have to respond to the people. So we talk about this by the people, for the people. And you talk about that, and it's just talk. Because when you ask people, what does that translate to? Does that translate to accountability? Is the politician accountable to you? No. Them just do whatever them feel like him want to do, whenever them feel like them want to do it, and then you just have to accept it. It's that simple. And until they wake up, they meaning the Jamaican voting population, until they wake up and they realize what's going on. And like I said all the time, if you want to vote for a JP person, that's between you and your God and that candidate. I don't care. What I do care about is that you vote for somebody who's going to take care of you, your family, your community, and by extension, the country. If you find that your life has not increased one bit, the quality of your life, right, has not increased one bit, then you have to stop and ask the question, what am I voting for?
Them a vote for all about themselves. Me not vote for nobody for all about myself and like them a beat me down in the ground like me a peg. That will not happen. Not under my watch.
And I think the government, they're very leery of what's going on right now because they see an awakening of the people. And what they're afraid of is that, wait a minute, they might wake up the people and election they're right around the corner. So, I don't think them going, as long as we're on the year right now, I think this election, the next election is going to go right down to like around the 5th year, when they have no choice but to call it. Because as long as we keep awakening the people, and the longer they take to call the election, is the more awakened the people will get. The more truth they'll get. The more understanding they'll get. The more wisdom they'll acquire. And people will realize that once and for all that, listen, we run things. We run things, not you. We tell you when you must go, when you must come. Or if we even want you, we tell you that. I can think of a situation right now where there's a certain politician where he's been called on the carpet, and the politician, he responds no. He responds no because he realized that the power is not in his hands. The power has been placed in his hands, right? But it's not his permanently. It's been given to him to do good for the people. And he realized that people are calling him to task now to say, well, what have you done for us? You've heard the phrase, what have you done for us lately? Yeah. in some of them politicians, what have you done for us at all? Not even lately. What have you done for us at all? What have you done for us for the last 3 years? What have you done for us since 2016?
Nothing.
So
all them do is go around, make some speech and talk, and people say, "Diated." You say, "Diated what? You're diated what? You're born in Jamaica, so you're Jamaican." So but diated what? You're politically aligned and say all when people mash you up and you start by a squeeze of toothpaste, and the man them tell you one thing, but you say the next thing you say you're diated. Oh, and why? For who? And you just beg them to not abandon him. Don't please not abandon me. And they say reach now,
Yes.
Them star boy. They say them star boy reach. Him the lightest thing on the face of the earth. You have to expose him.
It's funny you mention that because I have somebody who called me last week and 5 times in one day, a member of his inner circle, begging me, saying, don't do any derogatory stories and don't do anything derogatory on him. Just if you want to focus on other people, that's fine. They're willing to give up some of the other ministers, but they're like, this one, hold on to. And then today I got a phone call from a man who's politically connected. And this man said to me, and this one is a JLP. This man's a JLP, staunch JLP, unwavering JLP. And this man said to me, listen, on no need for bring something against him,
But we don't do that already because we don't
have to tell us.
When they are begging, I tell them some can't beg around here. You don't know what's the renegade when afraid. You don't know what's the rebel. Remember, I mean, alone, so I'm going to take talk. When we go to see, go all swim, I'm in a pet shark. So I'm not pet shark, I'm going to pet Anjo. So I'm not pet him. Yeah, and you can't buy out nobody around here. Around here, a decency we are dealing with around here. Yeah? Around here, so. Yeah, man, we don't care.
The man, them knees start wobble now. Them start say why things look serious because things aren't what they used to be. Because there's a different generation of diasporans now. And while we've done our level best to dumb down the Jamaican population and terrorize them and brutalize them and get them in a position where they're afraid to speak, we can't do that to the man them outside of the country. And the man them outside of the country, they have the resources to find out what's going on inside the country.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. When you have information and you have freedom, that's a dangerous combination. You know, we have people in Jamaica who have the information, but they don't feel free to talk about it. They don't feel free.
I know,
so that's why we tell them.
Dangerous pandemic, because when we attack, well, remember, from a New Year, we say we're there 40 that one, I think 30 years in the FBI, one thing loans am going. When they stay there, they understand we're well trained, When they can't stay there, we're well trained. So hear this now. When the FBI gather the information and MI5 and MI6 and them things, they wanna have to fly. Everything we wanna do and the Royal Canadian Mounties and take them gather the information to man. What you think we do? Go grab some of to man. We do the people them bad. And those Africa alone we charge some leaders of war crime and some things against the people and against humanity. Enough of wanna go and do the same thing in Jamaica. So we have to make sure get someone to put away. I mean, you want to sit down at the chair still in the
You know what's interesting?
Mm-hmm.
If you go back and look at the various prime ministers of Jamaica and their interaction with the people, I can remember when Shearer used to just walk the street, very little security. Edward Siaga used to do the same thing. Michael Manley used to do the same thing. This current prime minister won't try that.
No.
He won't try that.
He have the biggest. I think when he pass through, I think say Joe Biden come in. The amount of care and in a third world country, not a joke. The security run, him and think member taxpayers money this, Him have two same car to him have to, Him have run two same car to like. Let me say, okay.
You mean the Land Rover or the Range Rover?
Yeah. They have two of them, two same car, and plus, have the background, like the White House have the background. They see them put up Jamaica House in the background same way. I say, so the White House thing. So you feel say, I ain't go buy some more helicopter. Look at tourists one them, waste some money. Just put up the Fidua. Like some medevac helicopter.
Well, let me tell you something. One of these days, and it may not be very far away, but when the American government, when they have come to a decision that it's time for him to go, he will go. He will go. And it's very simple. It's just one phone call. Because they know everything that's going on in Jamaica. They know everything that he's done. And as long as he remains a puppet, as long as he remains loyal to the word, meaning that when they tell him to do something, he better do it. As long as he doesn't step out of line, then he will have a chance. He will have a chance in the sense that he will have to deal with us, because then we're educating and enlightening the people. But and what we're talking about people power, so that people can actually vote and get rid of him. But when the American government is ready and they make that one phone call, you won't need any people power. You won't need any people power. You'll just have to go like others have done, or at least one person I know of, did. So once the pressure starts to bear, and sometimes the American government, what they'll do is they'll make a phone call based on people power. When they'll see the writing on the wall, they'll call them in and say, watch out, why your people are dissatisfied, and this looks like it's going to be bad for you. Plus, we have some things on you. So, you might as well just go now. And that's it. And when them tell you go now, them mean go now. Them don't mean say you go, you pretend like you're going to hold on to power. See Noriega, see a whole bunch of people like that when them say, all right, the time up, you need to go.
Me just got call him name. I'm not fuck him, I go and like them go for him.
Yeah, you're right.
In a thing there, in one of them Central American country, from 2004, that president, Andrew, it's one of them president. I go on with him thing and I double cross and I do him things and I smuggle and I go on and I make them use him thing. Them grab him.
Yeah, them grab him.
As them vote him out, January by March, him over there. And him wife got in prison too. Him wife. Yeah? So it's just a matter of time. And I notice with the Prime Minister of Jamaica, you know, man, shuffle the cabinet, a wall because that's not a cabinet. Cabinet small. It's a wall that him have. And that's a breakfast wall. Like 10 wall. Because just open a theme place, the amount of minister up there, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think
the
it's
amount
18.
of minister without portfolio, it's unbelievable. I never see that yet. I remember you pay the minister pay per month, you know. Yeah? The amount of, see, the Lampire gone up there 20 million per year. General Lampire. Yeah? Him up there. Waste some money again. That 20 million, they could have do something else where you need him up there for just sit down and where my plan. He never have no plan before. You have a Google got 18 million that. Right away, 38 million that will have saved, you know. Million, because Google can get paid for nothing at all. So he might get line in pocket a line and then put some people that like myself on my back. In keep on strike 5. Fair time they done from 3 years ago, you know. See the way it's 60. Him keep around. For the what? I know real read no get nothing at all. Him all liar. Nobody not talk to him. Him back broad like sharp shutter. And you can name all of them and you just sit down and watch what him do. See the SSL, them not talk to no director now, no police. Them call McCracken. You carry a police and you make them call you, hey, you make them style you and put out thing and you know come answer. Shame on yourself. You should have defend yourself, brother. Yeah? You know police work. I mean, I watch you, so I say you turn puppet too. You know the Muppet show, brother. Eh? Also, me couldn't be a head at CTAC. And nobody from the finance minister come style me and say, hey, and then put out statements. Say, well, him did a talk about this and that. Say, it coming like you're a clown, brother. It coming like you work on Muppet show, brother. And a joke me I make. Me not take them joke there, brother. Me that come out and say, listen me. When me said stand, no FBI never come. And me I work this, not them. Not him. And me can show you it. And me that video and show you it. Me not ramp. But
Let him gone.
You know busy and that make it worse now. Because you know just whopping up everything the world can tap cut off for the worm them, you know. Although General Lampire full of worm too, you know. But the whole thing in a cut off. You that expose everything and say you love a work that you just keep your mouth shut. Do the right thing.
Yeah.
And don't be a puppet, brother.
Where's your principle? Where's your dignity? Where's your self-worth? All right? That you can make them talk about you like this, and you're one of the persons spearheading this investigation. And then come out and make a false statement against you like this, and you just sit down there and up to now we don't see we don't see anything coming out of the Nothing. We don't see anything coming out of that investigation.
And the man not say nothing. Him never come out and defend himself, brother. The man not come out and defend himself. The man does do something. Remember, if you're the head, you know, a CTAC. When you come out and talk, you're gonna know where you talk. And them can just come out and say anything. And then you just quiet and push under the table. And that's how this work. You understand? You no come out and come tell a lie. We know say now come out just come tell a lie like that. You make them play politics with your brother. Eh? You look like a muppet, brother. You can't do that. You can't make the man force if you tell a lie. You don't do that. Me not play that game there. You're your own man, brother. You should have come out, come on my program, come talk. Come here. And come talk and say, Lord, so let me tell you this. Boy, them talk a foolishness, a rubbish, garbage. Me not even care. Me expect him to do that, you know. Ratty. Me expect him to come over R&R and come say, listen, Ratty, lonesome, man of the wilderness, listen, renegade and rebel. When them talk a foolishness, I lie, them I tell you now. When me talk was true, and me can't show you say nobody not there. Me can't bet him now, him a watch now, you know, but I bet him now come and do it. That make you look like a mouse. Are you a man or a mouse? You're supposed to be a man, macaque man. You can't be a mouse. You can't make them tell lie upon you, man, and damage your reputation, and you just keep it there and not say nothing. Them do it to other politicians. Them do it to politicians. Andrew harder for do things. Politicians do it. But of them take the rap. Politicians, me know say you take the rap in that tree, then you call your name. Me know where you take the rap on them thing, then me know your name. And not say nothing. You understand? Me know politicians take the rap on them just easy. But it come from the head. Yes, Ratty.
Me just get a phone call there. Remember me tell us about with Camina Gate, or as you call it, Camina Gates, because you say more than one.
Gates, more than one. Because on one gate you have, gates.
Yeah.
Because one of them attached to it,
Somebody just called and give me a piece of information, and we have to go vet it. But when we vet it, we'll turn it over to you.
Yes,
and
man.
Very damaging information. And so what we'll say is that, remember I said yesterday that it will be death by 1,000 cuts.
Yes.
Until she come out and because she called me a liar in essence. Because she said the information, the allegations are baseless, untrue, and defamatory. I'll never forget those words. Right?
That's
right.
Yes.
And and the allegations were provided by whom? By me. So she said I'm an untruthful person, right? So I'm hoping, I'm wishing every day for her to come out and have her press conference and produce a document that says that.
You ask for it.
Yeah,
if you did have a document and somebody come out and say something, me that does come out, me that does show them some file at the same time. The argument done. Me that does say, when does say, when you come here, press conference and everybody had video that and show it right away. Because remember, are you work, are you correct, everything the on stage.
Your reputation, yeah.
Your reputation, everything. So you know just come out and do it one time, right away. And then they just say, yeah, me flap the R&R them, yes, man, me flap them and feel nice. No back stamp, Can't now work out here. I don't say, that now work out there. Because remember, so we're there in every ministry. And we don't make joke. Remember, we don't do tabloid, but so we're there in every ministry. We're not frightened. Yeah? Maybe when you go to your bed, you have to start watch your husband if you have video and all kind of things, And some husband watch some wife because we're there everywhere,
Yeah, you know what? I'm hearing now from very good source that she's not sleeping well. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing from somebody very close to the family. And says she's very worried and she's not sleeping well. So like I said, every day I get information, we're gonna just put it out there. We're gonna put it out. They're gonna put it. And if she have her documents, she shouldn't subject herself to this type of treatment. She should just bring the document and say, look, we don't need to shut up. But until the 29th, until the 29th, every day, as soon as I get information, we're going to push it out and say, this is what's going on over there with her. This is what's going on over there with her. I've now also hearing that when she come to work, she'll come through the back. She's not come through the front anymore, So yeah, I hear all kind of things. But it that is not news. What is news is things concerning the filing, and there are some other things concerning. And what I'm hearing is that there's a little bit of hesitancy on her part to talk because they're afraid that if she talks, it might implicate some other people. There might be some connections made to other people, and so right now it's like she's just between a rock and a hard place.
Well,
and then another thing somebody said, them say, yeah, you know what? You guys attacked the flank. You didn't attack the center. They were expecting the center, and you came from way over left side. And so now people are looking at it and say, but she was one of the good guys. And if them can't do that to her, what them will do to we? And we know we commit all kind of wrongdoings we commit. So she
was no good guys. If she one of the good ones, let us keep it, keep the morals up.
But again, we're not taunting her. I'm certainly not taunting her. What I'm asking her to do is, let's put this thing to bed. Come out with the document that says that you filed. That's all.
You should have do it from day one. From she hear it instead of
That's all. That's all.
You understand?
And also while we're waiting, we're not idling, because there are things behind the scenes that we're doing. And I got a response from an agency last night, but I'm going to hold it close to my vest. But we're not idling. We're doing things, and we're getting information. And the more and more we get information, is the more and more we believe that we are on the side of justice. We're on the side of right, and we're not going to stop until we get to the bottom of this. And the bottom of this might not just only be the minister, might be other ministers as well. So
yeah, man.
We're sitting tight and we're doing what we need to do. And as soon as information come out, we'll vet it and we'll verify it, then we'll release it to the public.
Yes. And by the way, in a Portland, anchovy, them have no water dolphin beer anchovy, none. People have to buy water and spend like $6,000. Them use taxi 1,500 for carry water, and none. So the vase, when they promise the people them road and water, sir. And the road dig up and the people them have the water. Them go on a standpipe. They get water. 2 days now, no water now in a pipe. Every day people across Portland. Say name is Mistress Portland.
You see, the problem with this is that people don't remember the suffering. They remember the blessing. You see, like something like that now, the road fixed just in time for election. They remember that. They don't remember the months and months and months of suffering they went through and realize that this is a ploy. Them don't realize that.
But here, this again, right here. Can you imagine a man run a main road? Dig up the whole main road from Harborview, go straight to Portland, the main road. But what happened to the turnoff road? What happened to the road them in your area? It's not touching, I know, over the years. Just the one main road. And then come on a worship and you say, yeah, them give me road. But look on the road where you walk back a crater. Them not turn up in it now. So in your district, no really fix. I just a main road and them don't put the thing on it. And them road they serve for 5 years. For all of them money. And I like it again 20 years.
Right.
5 years lifespan. So I just criminality are going straight, brother. So them not do nothing for you. By right, when you put in government and them work, the road for fix. And that's something them are do you because them come in. So it for fix. Them not do nothing extraordinary. It for fix. See? So don't make them walling up on these kind of thing. Them dead for done. Right now we see the minister. One of them called Samuda, but them fling him out. I said 200 million. He might give much today. Them are raise up now for for feed, for touch people. 200 million for the 63 constituency. Foolishness again. Yes,
but you saw what I said about the difference between reactive and proactive and predictive. It doesn't only apply to law enforcement work. It applies to every aspect of Jamaican life. Because if you notice how the government functions, it's like something has to happen before them react. Something happens and then why can't it be that them say, okay, them sit down and have a planning committee and them say, okay, we have to do this, and that. And then on top of that, we have to make sure that, these other things fix as well. Them fix this and then barely fix it. And then this left unfixed. And then this is a problem. Then this thing with them just fix. After 2 years, it mash up and them have to come back. Why is it that them always have to wait for a problem before them can address certain things? Why not be proactive and say, okay, we can see this coming down the road. Let's address it now. Because obviously them have the money. Because the year must say no, them spend freely, but them only spend freely when things happen. Why is it that them can't address things before things go from bad to worse?
But the money we matter about the 200 million, if a 63 constituency in Rati. And you have to have 63, and you multiply 3 times, that's 3 million, right? That's 189 million out of the 200 million. That leave 11 million. So a 3.1 odd million each constituency I get. Now, some constituency have 80,000 people in it. 80,000. And when you break it down, 4 8 32, 300 that's $4. So it end up that some people get less than $30. $31 when you break it down. So it might sound like 200 million. Where you get out of it? Where to go? You see me I say it don't make no sense. So when them come to this, but one hospital cost them 14.8 billion and I run over more than that. 14, and I said, them have 14.8 billion, you know. They could build up some factories and they could do something or something, you know. Them come talk to you, but when you break it down, you don't have no money out there. Somebody could have come look on you and get $30. That makes sense. That means some people now going to get it in a brother. Let me give you 1,000 or 2,000. That means enough people now going to get it. Because if you break it down like that, it will come down to $31, couple cents. Saying? Some people now going to get it. Some now going to get it. Yeah, man.
Well, what I'm supposed to do is them supposed to don't look at the big number. Worry about your small number.
That is it.
If you get a number at all.
If you get a number, because you're not going to get it. Because if you forget a number, it's not going to work. So what they're going to do, on a party thing. If you can give them a 5, it will equal back to a 5 grand now because they're not going to give certain people. So it equal to a 5 grand, the same Roman jump up. And by the way, you don't want a handout. You don't. You want job creation. You want job. You want a proper education system.
I don't know if you see this. Somebody just sent me a screenshot of the and to all my well-wishers and friends and family. Because every time I come on your program, you know, I'm supposed to notify people, but because this thing just happened just before you went on here, the person called me because like I said, my plan for me start do some work already, and then the person called and say, hey, you know, this is what I go on, loan some need for burn a fire and I need it, and so that here we are. But somebody said you two guys are to be blamed for the uncertainty of the Jamaican government.
For the uncertainty of the Jamaican government.
Yeah.
What do I mean by?
That's a good question. I don't know if blame for the uncertainty. I'm not sure. Maybe them should clarify.
Yeah, they might also make blame for the uncertainty of the Jamaican government. We are the government. We are no politician, no friend. I know we for blame. I want to vote for them. I want to take the 5 grand and the room and the jump up. No, and you're gonna talk to me.
Hey, say another well-wisher and a critic, because sometimes when we go sideways and bring me back on the track, you know, him say, what is the greatest pride and treasure of the Jamaican political class that rivals even their Jamaican citizenship and residency itself? Their U.S. visa and access. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And him say, I think your knowledge of U.S. immigration laws, rules, and regulations makes you nothing short of a nightmarish opponent for the hordes of repugnant kleptocrats who have quite literally run Jamaica into the ground. He said, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that many of them are having perpetual restless nights because they're criminals of the state. True. It's absolutely true. 100% true.
Yes.
And they should feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but them know themselves too. Undercover.
Yes, Papa.
How you doing?
Right. You know, I won't be long winded, but I want to big up Mr. Rattigan, let him know that I enjoyed that program that he had with the university situation, that he had that discussion with Herb and the various panelists. But Will, I want to say 2 things to you while Mr. Rattigan is on the program. You know the reason why the Spartans were powerful and defeated so many Persians? Because they united together. They unite. And again, when the Roman legions were fighting for the Caesars, whenever they went to face battle, they said, Hail Caesar, we who are about to die salute you. Why? Because of dedication and standing up for the right thing. And I want to applaud you and Mr. Rattigan for keeping and aligning yourself to those principles. I am one of the first person that will put fund into that organization for us to have a retainer to deal with matters as it relates to government. I am one of the first, and I'm sure other members in the diaspora and in the live chat. There's nothing more I can say about the exemplary job that Mr. Rattigan is doing and the input you're in. Don't worry about those who can't sleep at night and those who have things to worry about. You must be held accountable for your actions. You must be held accountable for the responsibilities that you are placed under. And I've said it to you more than one time. I like the Prime Minister when he came out. I like his ideas. But the man has surrounded himself with a bunch of corruptors, and he himself has to be worried because people out there are realizing for themselves, even stand supporters, people who supported the Jamaica Labour Party for years are looking at the Prime Minister as a lowlife. Just because you show me a company win, it tells me who you are.
But
you can't get away from it.
But brother, but let me tell you something now. But me ban and grow back 40, you know. I got to ban and grow 1,000, you know. So and you ban and grow in the garrison too, you know. So tell me now. We have some people we ban and grow amongst, but who we are? That man, that Prime Minister, listen, if you're not part of the system, nobody couldn't get you. A matter of fact, if you have be corruptors around you'd have flip them and get them good.
Well, you know my standards.
You understand?
Lock up the Prime Minister himself. If you commit a traffic violation, if you break any rules as it pertains to the law, you bear the full penalty. He should not be ashamed to have Royal Reid locked up and before trial.
So
he should not be ashamed to declare any discrepancies or misspending within any one of the ministries.
So so if you lock up a man who was your advisor, and then a man that say you juke me with a pin, I juke you with a marker, and start quick, you don't know how kind of thing happen. What you gotta do? You can't remember, you know. He was an advisor to you when you're in the same ministry. So maybe if you say, make him just step up on him, then something else come up. What you think will happen? Eh?
Well, I tell you the hypocrisy of so-called high-class people in Jamaica. And I think Mr. Rattigan made that comment, and I'll stand corrected. They think that if you're from Kingston 11, 12, 13, and it's not a Kingston 6 and the high class areas, your level of education or your standard is below their par. Big mistake. Big mistake. I have a lot of dunce guys from uptown that were in my class too when I was in an all-boys school in Jamaica. A lot of them dunce. You have to help them time to time with anything that fails, whether it be biology, chemistry, math, you name it. You have to help them because they're clueless. There were those that you wonder how they even enter high school. And now we know that a lot of them parents pay money for them. I respect you, Wayne, and I respect Mr. Rattigan again for the stance you take. Who don't want to be happy, let them stay unhappy. The rules of law and the rules as it relates to criminality and any other thing that is attached to it, whether in a section or in a subsection, it must be addressed. Because remember, you have the section which contains the big page and the subsection that minimizes it. Stand up, you and Mr. Rattigan, stand up for the right. We will support you guys in any way and any shape possible. Whether it be lawyer fees, if it's even to get a pencil or a sheet of paper, it has to stop. The corruption has to stop.
All right, sir. But there, brother.
Bless up yourself.
All right, cool. That's it.
Yeah.
It's in the diaspora, you know, it's a different thing. What I say, you know, them can't go in our head, you know. And that them want divided and rule the diaspora. Wish we have different minds. We think different. So if Andrew come and him promise and him taught these things when the shoes on the other foot. And they were in opposition. And then him come and then him start the one back up. The same thing when man knock out against, him a do it and I do more. I do worse things. What we do? Just laugh and skin teeth with him. No, but what are accountable? You say it when you think thinking Jamaican for raise them voice in country and hold the government accountable. You find the government now have to hold you accountable.
Let me ask you a question. Because you're more in tune with the day-to-day politics than I. Can you think of one thing that the Prime Minister has done to benefit the country over since the beginning of the year, from January?
January.
I mean, we have to give him some credit. Not tell me say no do nothing right.
But let me tell you what him do now. What him do right? Let me tell you now. I'll go back to 2016. I'm going to think what him do 2016. He made the big speech then. But what him do right? But the Prime Minister do right. 2017, Zozo. 2017, somewhere the state of emergency. And them then right to me.
That's not right. That's not right.
Well, I know someone got to know what him do. So, all right. So, I compare the same time, 7 years, with like, when you have a Joshua Mandley, when him come in and him say, okay, we come in with bastard and servant act. When you're born out of wedlock, you remember you never have the rights to your father, things them are nothing at all, and then him give that. And then him say free education, go straight up to university, and him do it. And then him come with the Jamal, you know, and kind of say, you have to go learn this and them thing. Then him come with the, him come with so much things. No, me have nothing can point from the Prime Minister when him come with not even one. Because if him even talk about the house, I'm on the come with that too, you know. I'm on the thing that, you know, we never live off of when get the money. So him not come with something when him come with an idea and say, me can put it in place and it work for the youth them. But him more buy helicopter and buy Bushmaster and more put out there and talk about fighting crime and then I'll be a criminality. Them come with well read, it couldn't write. Eh? So everything where you look at every ministry to run right down. I pay nepotism and cronism and all kind of things we see. Be a money and missed up and all kind of things. The man do not know. The man have nothing what me can give him. You know, so I play the first 100 days. Me now go this year alone, the first 100 days, not even zero. Nothing when I'm saying I go put in him, not put in none. Nothing. So I have some mouthpiece. But when they come talk, it sound good to you. But when you dissect it, you realize everything gone. Now, 2017 or 2016, 2017, them start the hospital. How much money they spend already upon it? Them say them will repair it. Them spend much? 5 billion? 3 billion, them say 5, no, them say 10, them gonna 14 point hard. And them say to pass that. Him say, him gonna do 70,000 houses unit, housing solution. Him do it? No. We are say it can't even do. Him go build.
No, him have container houses.
Then I tell you, say, him never do nothing right yet. The man all know me can't pick out nothing at all, but the man them do. Then you have Kasamuda, who and him not do nothing neither. Him did have them say job creation and then them come and call 4 in 1 or 5 in 1. When me look leeching, he makes sure drought himself. Drought himself because you did see him. So the big chat, you know, big bark. But the money gone. Them lick on people house, you know. When they attack, them lick on people house too, you know. And say a criminal sell the land. Nothing never goes so. In a AAJ, them use $3 million now. We don't know the money going in a something in a rock. In a hard rock, I wait for a name. Or you take money out of this and go invest it in this stuff. Wait name the AAJ thing there over here, the airport authority. Them take $3 million US and go give it to private company. Why they do that? Eh? See? So all now them not do nothing. All what them do is dig up the road. It cause accident. It make you suffer respiratory system. First rock. And them invest in a house and them thing there. See? And when them do now, it's carrying a bag of Chinese and give them the work. Youth them not have the work. Them lock up the youth them. Where the man do right, I can't pick up one thing. All them do is make me and come say Radam. The next thing when they want to get away with a peanut bread. If you come talk to the youth them. You know, see the man do nothing right. The man be a clerks. The man talk to the youth, the man then turn around and burn them out. Yeah? The man run the thing like him thinks it's a Nazi business or is a, you know. Him not do nothing. You can't pick out anything when him do. You can't pick out any.
No, but the point I really want to make is that if you listen, them have a different take on things. Because them say, well, you know, the economy has rebounded, right? Them talk about a whole bunch of other things concerning, from COVID. But hold on there. So the point I'm going to make is that if you can't think about anything that is done in the last 6 months, since the beginning of the year,
not
all right. Then why is it that we don't see more upheaval in the country? Why is it that we don't see more people
No, but them the people them out there, you know, them try to oppress the people. Because I remember I said, you remember in a day, when they lock up the people, them carry them right through and through. You know much people demonstrate by this. You know much people are born Andrew. It now work. You have people around him, them born Andrew straight. People have fly. A matter of fact, if there is something right in the country, you'd have over 12,000 people run through border. In the history of Jamaica, you ever see people, them baby at them side and everybody run out of the country and I try to run through a border to go seek refuge somewhere else? You ever see that in the history of Jamaica, brother? It never happened. Never yet. Me I talk by the thousands that him have to beg them turn them back. Eh?
Well, I'm playing devil's advocate. Could it be that those are some of the people they're running for economic reasons, but part of it is because they see a way that they can enter the US without having to wait the long lines and wait the years that it might take for a family member to file for them. Or some of them don't even have a chance to go to the US and them say, hey, you know what? If we go Belize or go on a place we can fly over to Mexico and go through the southern border, and that's it.
Let me tell you something. I remember some of us they said them are running up. People run Ghana, the Caribbean too, you know. You have people Ghana in Trinidad that live at Trinidad and not for them run more than what we think, you know. Some of us the US alone, them are run going, you know. But me, I said the amount of them will get up. There is no way. If you did all right, and you remember, you know, the man promised say it's gonna be a place for people. When you want to fly out, I just maybe a holiday, but you're not gonna want to leave when I deal with it. When you see people are running, so remember them don't even have the money, them beg the money from somewhere for runway. It's bad, brother. This bad. See, and then another them alone are runway. The teacher them and the nurse them and them thing there. Them are running a drove. Them get them thing and them just apply and say, even stay. If them they get good pay and them thing there, you think them want to stay at it? The police them are resign and I run away too. So how so much people are
let me ask you this. What is the worst thing that he's done since 2016? The worst thing you think that he's done?
When boy, the amount of worse we have it unbelievable. But this state of emergency thing where him use and stepping at the people them neck. You understand? And then carrying the ton load are foreigners and take with the people them work, no work for them. I'd rather lock them up and call them. A matter of fact, him start calling them terrorists. Them a call them terrorists. Yeah? And then you have like you have so much thing. You have SSL. Billions gone. You have the coke port when after them say them can't invest them. Them take the money and build up the coke port. And I know nobody not go to prison. You have so much thing, everything but the worst thing, with the amount of things, brother. Everything but the man do I just carry down Jamaica. I know uplift the place and I drop me a make. Him not do nothing for uplift the place all now. So when one come on a road, we have to fix where you dig up. What him do? You know what one do now? Build an ex-parliament. The hospital, them people are dead every day in them because of mag. Them have no medication in there, not ratty. People have to buy a slice of bread. Remember him did show a basket in 2015? Him can't show it again. The bread leave from $150 to around $500 for one. That him a talk about bounce back. What do you mean by bounce back? Goat meat at $1,500 a pound. Bounce back and people can't buy food. When bounce back? You see them talking, it not match the reality. And that's the reality. Them want bully people. Through the pandemic, I'll be a lock up and be a sitting them go on. Taxi man them, boss man and suffer. Look what him do again now. Him turn against the kids them from 12-year-old go right down. Other country, them have school bus to them. What him do? Hey, if you don't have the car seat, no carry them, I charge you 5,000. That make mothers have to work. I couldn't believe some man do a thing like this. You don't think about it. Then him come all the bird of you say, you eat that in here, you light one. Nobody come and try it just yourself, you know. It's wicked, brother. All the bird of the parrot of you cuss him. And a joke. You must roll it back. You understand? Oh, what you think say? Because if me run my taxi, you give me a ticket for every kid and I tell me if you carry car seat. Passenger vehicle, I never carry them. That me against even the kids, them, and then the country put kids and old people as a failed state, brother. The government, they think back way. So, no, you can't point out nothing good where this man do. None. Me not tell a lie upon you only. You not do nothing. See?
Let me ask you another question.
Yeah, man.
You you there at Jamaica House next to the Prime Minister now.
Of course.
And him said to you, say, no, that question I'm ask. And him said to you, say, Lonesome, listen. You criticize me and you say me not do nothing, anything like that. I want to work with you because me really want to do good for the people. And why, me I try and make some mistakes. Tell me now, what me need to do now for regain the trust and the confidence of the people? I put everything in your hands now, Lonesome. Guide me. Tell me what I need to do. What your advice to?
The first thing, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. It's the same like if I get to youth, come and him hurt people, I remember thing and them thing, and I forgot prison. The first thing you have to do is go to prison, You have to redeem yourself.
Tell him, say, I forgot prison?
Then they have to redeem yourself, brother. You have to redeem yourself. The first thing, the amount of money we're and everything, You can't just come and say, just show you and then we forgive you. You don't forgive the youth.
Hold on a second. No, man, I know that kind of advice that the man I look for.
No, we have to tell him the truth, brother. Because we can't let them off of the hook, First thing you have to do, just declare, get honest to me. Or you build your house, so you get the money build your house from. Because you're paying on
hold on a second. That sounds like more criticism.
No, I see what's thinking about it.
No, but hold on. Him said to you, Lonesome, listen. Right now, there's enough sin to go around. What are we committed? And when we want to start now from this day, me have you right as or no, because you see the errors of my ways and you call them out. So when we want, if you do know Lonesome, forget about the other advisors me have. Me I take you now for guide me and show me what me need to do. And the first thing you tell them, say, need to go to prison.
Him have forgot. Yeah, you can't remember you have to rehabilitate. No, the best place to get rehabilitation, brother. See? And you have to declare your asset as a prime minister from 2021.
No,
everything what you do, brother, you have to face the consequences.
Oh, well, you tell him about him. But he said, no, tell me what we can do for the people.
No, but I don't want him to do nothing to the people. I want him to go to prison first. We have to rehabilitate him.
But if him go to prison, he's going to do work for the people.
No, but we don't want him to be a prime minister.
So you don't want him then?
Hold on. If you do the people them this, what we do now, play a devil's advocate and then say, okay, we forgive you. Go on with everything, we go. And then we're going to teach you for run a country. No. Other people say that, then them going to take my credit and say, oh, them let him go.
So the way you see it, the way you see it, irredeemable then. There's nothing you can do for him.
You can't redeem him, number one, for you tell lie for your granny, And you live in one room, And then you tell lie for your mother, Brother, me not take that for joke, Me not take them things for joke. Your great-grandmother live in a one-bedroom, not the same yard, single parents, and then you live in a two-bedroom with your mother and father and sister. And you, and what you do? And you go on pulpit, go preach this thing. And the poor them call pulpit, because them preach to the people them.
All right.
Unforgivable, brother.
All right, hold on. You tell him, you sit down with the Prime Minister, and you say, Prime Minister, the only thing you can do for Jamaica right now is go to prison, right?
Yeah, man.
So him say, all right. Him say, okay, fine. So now you still have the JLP party in power.
No, them have to go to prison too, brother. Do all of them, the one them are fit for go prison. And
all right. So who would you
have land tech and everything, the state have to recover these things.
Yeah. Right. So may I ask you now, so who would you look at in the JLP party and say, okay, I want to sit down with that man and talk to him and then give him advice as to how to bring the country to where it should be? Who would that person be?
Let me see now. It couldn't be Pernell Charles Jr., say nothing there. So who again did it? Just call me. Remember, see, George wrong, but beat Uma. No. Him should have there prison too. Who again now? Fayval? No. Can't talk to you.
Yeah, Babsy.
Me not prison, because she both not, me not know both not touches with she.
Yeah, Babsy, you have Samuda.
Who?
Yeah,
prison. Who again? Dead man? Prison. Who again? Samuda? Prison. Who again?
You have Chang.
Prison.
You have Chuck.
Prison.
So
yes, man. Brother, you have some other young one that come up where you can't talk to him. But number one, the other one for send one bug life.
All right, young Samuda.
No man. We not send him up. But him for just go back to But him and about no prison with him. We had to dig out some things, and about prison with him. But the other was we just call some other name again. Don't call that Junior name, because him and him father, Prison. That Pernell Charles.
Yeah, me know you talk. Yeah.
Yes, and what you talk about, the one I don't know now. What him name? Just give me some other name. Yeah, man.
How about the Prime Minister's wife?
Prison. We are so better, man.
Everett Warmington.
Dundrin.
So
just push up some other name.
Oh, I didn't name.
Who's a Bush
Michelle
in
Charles.
prison too? Yeah, man.
I mean, it sounds like Hutchinson.
Prison.
Philip Hallwell.
All him too, guy. He must watch himself, you know. Because some prison we have. But well, we have to, yeah, because we have to watch himself. Call the next name too.
Tufton.
He must go sit on one side too, you know, because we still have a yes.
But no prison.
No, and like no, but we still have to investigate all the money I spent.
Okay, so it sounds to me like you'd be willing to sit down with Tufton then, and say, it sounds to me like you'd be willing to sit down with him then and talk to him about the state of the country and moving.
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, but no, I'm have to clear up the hospital thing there with me.
All right, him clear up the hospital thing. No, I'm there.
No, what did I clear up soccer? I know the one of them thing there, yes. But yeah, but be more talk to Tufton.
All right, so Tufton sit down with you know. Oh, Nigel Clark.
Him for go home too. I'm not prison for him neither, but him for go home too.
Nigel Clark and Chris and Tufton. Which one of them you prefer negotiate with and talk about have a discussion with?
No, maybe one of the young one, like what's his name, like Rona Crawford. Some of the young people, them, not all of them, you know. Not about Green, you know. Green for go sit down. But like Rona Crawford, one of them one there, you know. Some younger generation when you know, you know.
Well, the one I named him was Minister of Agriculture. I think it was at one point. And he did run against Andrew.
Him?
Yeah.
Him? No, man, him for
He's an older fellow.
Him for pack up. Mike Henry for go to prison too.
No, not Mike Henry. It's another one.
The one who built the little road for $1 billion. The one at Adley Shaw.
Adley Shaw. Yeah, what about Adley?
Yeah, him not for send him a prison, but I'm gonna hear that. Him not, yeah. But
so who? So me I try. We want to get to some questions now, but we want to find out who you want to sit down with first and talk to them about the state of affairs.
Yeah, but then I have to go to prison first.
Tell me who. Tell me the
but I talk about the woman with the hammer there, you know, because Clark, she for go on to, you know. You understand? The one with the hammer there.
Me know you talk.
Yes. Saying? Yeah, man.
But me I try to get you to tell me which one of them you want. You just say, okay, you know what? This person have the nation's interest at heart. Yes, he's a politician. Yes, he's a JLP, but this is somebody that I can talk
but
to.
if you have the nation at heart, I'm not telling you, like, I don't want to sit down with Tufton because, let me tell you something. I know they're talking, but you have to look how the hospital run, brother. People are suffering at the hospital. And about no prison with them, you know, but the people really are suffering at the hospital.
So we left now with Nigel Clark.
Eh?
We left with
Nigel Clark. All the money that enough people are running.
All right. So you talk to the Minister Nigel Clark, and you sit down with him and him say, and I think you have had discussions with him before.
Of course.
Yeah. So now sit down with you and you said, you know what? Why don't some all of the other people move to go to prison, gone to prison, and now we start with a clean slate.
Yeah, start a clean slate and keep it clean.
And so him said to you, say, no, okay, tell me now give me your ideas as to how we can make Jamaica the jewel that it is supposed to be.
So
right?
we're going to do like any other country. So we're going to go back and make sure we're going to deal with real job creation now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to just borrow money and the wastage and all kind of things. We're going to make sure the education system up. The teacher them get proper pay and the kids them. You can't put them last. We'll catch them from down there. Go up. Mm-hmm. So instead of we spend this almost 100 billion for fight crime, we'll try to prevent that. Mm-hmm. And we're a great job. I remember, you know, the farmers, them, you have to put them in the rain, you know, because we have to eat or grow, you know. You understand? Family movers, we start from promote straight again, you know. Mm-hmm. You see me, I say? We're not all about nothing from the people, them. We want to produce. Make them produce. And then we're going to get out them people there out of our country. On the way, you can bring in somebody for work. A matter of fact, the university have to start teaching people them the right thing too. Because you can't carry in so much Chinese and give them Jamaican work. That now work in a little country like this. So Jamaican have to start work to build back the country. If it's I want to train, send him go train him, come back and them teach, have him train and do what we are do, but we build back a country. And by the way, by the way, Batty, all of they see them, the beaches, them have to free up. Who come in here talk about investors, talk to the people them that the diaspora, like we are sending 3 billion or 4 billion a year, make them invest. Now the same hotel them and them thing, they say the money stay at Jamaica. Instead of you go to other people to come invest a 1 billion or what. If we give them 3 billion, it could have built hotel and I invest in Jamaica same way. You see me I say Batty? Because you look for people to invest a 500 million and $1 billion. We are going over 3 billion. That means we could have come together and build one hotel and keep it. You understand? Yeah, man. And the import a good stuff done. We eat what we grow and everything. And then when we doing that thing, you see when you go overseas, you go to the US government and Canadian government and them thing, they lobby them to bring jobs in your place. I not a call center job. But some of them factories, the way that carry, go straight down there. So remember what money, give us some of the job now. Me could build a plane wing to now, or build some parts, now build some wheel, or some, you understand what I say? Some car parts or something now. Bring some of them factory down in our place. We'll provide the land. And give people some real work. And we can pay them. Give them some opportunities. See? Instead of we have borrow money from around there. So just make a work and build up a place. You see? And that them for do. We don't go up there and look and out. We want the job. So you talk to Chudo. You say, listen me. You have that and that and that. We don't want no call center. The little kids them don't want that. And that them are going to do. We give them ideas. Stop import bottled water and all of these things. We have rivers and things. Free up back with beaches. See? Talk to the people in the diaspora. Make we put your money together and have shares in the same hotel. So you're there, you have shares in the hotel. You can buy it. The government could say, all right, to build it. Who want some shares? I will buy some shares. So every year we know so we make our money. But we own it. So when we fly down, we have our own hotel. We don't make money better. We don't stand up. It's simple, you know. Like when you run your own house or your own business, simply not so hard. And them want it hard because them are about the thing better. See? And then I trick the people and sort of bag of foolishness. And by the way, no government, not supposed to give no contract. If you have agency, even work agency. So when a youth look work, do all 14 parishes. If you're carpenter, mason, this and that, that means you know look for no MP for that. Him for represent. So you're going to sign up for the job. Who want the job you send feet? Remember like how PWD used to do in every parish, right? So they go them repair. You don't give out contract for that. You spend cheaper money. If you have people that work 24 hours, I work right through for the year, you better be off than I give 5 billion contract for the road there. 20 billion. I do what this. You not spend so much money. And the road them there repair and there run properly. But forget back to that ratty. See? It's simple, you know. You know, so how they make it a look. And stop make the big people, the big boys, them. Yeah? Help mash up the country, import things and devalue dollar. And I recommend them to do it at the big boys, them, you know. At the big boys, them. I want them to import and mash up the dollar. Yeah, man. Simple thing, ratty.
All right. And you think that they will listen to you with that?
No, if you not listen, they will run them the same way. Because I don't like what tell them something wrong. Them for go too. Yeah, man. People must vote for them. If you not do not like this, we not vote for you. But we don't want no handout from you. You want to be your own man. Or if you make a man and give you 5 grand, you have wife and kids, and you have to say, yes, my boss, and you give him the job. You can't get me job. You not get no job from me. Me not get, hey, let me tell the people them, you know. You see, it don't make sense here again, man. We look 3, 4, 5 term in an office. 5 term around 25 years. 6, 7 years, 10 term. And when you look your road, you did have Barbara Green by your road. When you look it gone. When you look at stone till it start dig out in a crater. And you still have vote, because of him they give me a money and suddenly you would go to school. The money when him give taxpayers money. When him give you 5 grand, him rob like 10 million. Me not ask you. Him do it like real read now, like what the woman said, if she get 30,000 and to draw how much million, them carry her open a bank account. Remember she talk, you know. You notice I see the police them run go for. You notice when they run go for real weed, the one of them chuck and the one of them run out and an Almila, criminal Almila. You don't do leaders like that. You don't read them like that. So what you have to do with them? What kind of leader this? And I know the man no. I know the film trial not gone yet. None of them. Them just live on all right. Because them plan for throw it out, you know. Remember me there no better. Them forget serious better. Hold them accountable. Yeah? Hold them accountable, man. Yeah, man.
Somebody just sent me the thing regarding the principal for the university from
Yes.
They'll send me something in the newspaper. And what happened is that, and this is kind of weird, because the way it's supposed to do, you do the psychometric test and then you go before the panel and them take a vote. And then the announcement is made and you get the job. Now what I'm saying is that the Minister of Education, Fayval Williams, said she needed additional time to consult on the matter. And you have to ask yourself, consult on what matter? I mean, we're following the procedures. You see what I'm talking about? The procedures are there for a particular reason, and we have to comply. And the procedures say that you do a psychometric test of all the qualified candidates, and then you bring them before the panel, and the panel will take a vote. And here it is that the panel took a vote, and they said, okay, we're going this guy Williams, he has the highest psychometric test, and 8 out of the 11 people on the commission or the council, whatever they call it, they voted for him. And now Jamaica said they have discomfort with the choice, and that now they have to consult on the matter. Who them going to consult it and what them going to consult about? The thing has been done.
Set over. So they want to change it up
over
themselves.
It says the law. It says here that the principal shall be appointed by the council, which they did already on the recommendation of the vice chancellor. So the council already voted. So it's just a matter of no. It's just a symbolic thing now for the vice chancellor to say yes, this is the man that has the highest score in the psychometrics and that the council chose, and it's done. I know them say, whoa, Beckles, don't say anything yet because we have discomfort with this decision. We need time to consult. And the question is, consult about what? And another question is, consult with whom about what?
Yeah, you see that? You see them start pull string. And we are saying it must happen. That's why I said these, me don't know what to these people, you know. Country can't run so better. Them break laws and bend laws to shape themselves. And we are said to stop. It will stop. You hear Warmington talk? You can't be liberate on Black Road. 2 years. I'm talking about water. All that of foolishness. You're Jamaican.
Oh, one more thing. What happened is that the report is saying that the minister didn't provide a reason. You know, you think they would get a reason and say, listen, we need to consult because blah, blah, blah. Because the man has a criminal record. Because of this, because of that. No reason given. They just said, we want to delay this thing. And there shouldn't have been any delay because the procedures were followed. But for some reason, again, some of these people, they don't have any backbone. They said that out of courtesy to Jamaica, they'll just go ahead and they'll grant the extension so that them can consult. And this is nonsense. This is nonsense. And they haven't even given an alternative. They haven't even said, well, then, you know, if not that, then this. But everybody knows what's going on. They want to take the third person in the race, third person that's psychometric, second person with the voting, and make that person the principal for the college.
This bad.
Very bad.
And next thing too, when you have a prime minister, I got stand up in our house, any Morgan house, and tell the nation a lie at it, and say them talk to them council, right? Them security council, and them have the evidence. Say a gangster a sell land over Bernard Lodge over there, so. And the gang, what them name is the gang, what them does the Klansman gang. And them sell, and some of them live there, and them have soldier. Them have it, you know, Herald View, and them stand up and actually listen, and our agency do it. We, yeah, and then go over there at it, and I mash up. Them never finish mash up the girl house at the same place in Giaba, yeah. And when the people them come out now, you know, it's a distraction from SSL, right? Then him come out and I say, no, I repeat, they are not squatters. I repeat, those people are not squatters. And you just come talk and send threat to everybody. You just come tell a lie. You say a gangster. But me look, the gangster are the woman who cut ribbon with him for the school with Chinese open in a constituency. It's bad. It's bad.
What's the story with that lady?
We not hear nothing else. Nothing. Them they get she get bail for $2 million. And from she come out, you know, hear a date set. So you know, so the judge them, not for them judge I forgot prison. I remember say, not for the lawyer them in Jamaica, I require a lawyer too, you know. Yeah, and a joke me I make, you know. Yeah. And then you have some radio station like Big Mama, but me that talk about thing the aisle, but no, you need some, you know, the bad gas and you know, people want to use in a car. Where the aisle, the waste over aisle, the old black aisle from out of your car engine, and that them for use for Big Mama foot. Yeah? Them help to trick the people, them, yeah man, Big Mama foot too dry. Them help to trick the people, them with them fake broadcast, them propaganda, and trick the people, them. And that's why you have people like Fayval, because when them keep it down and dunce, you know, when them come and chat too big word, you know, you dump up, way. You understand? Them want to keep it away there. That means them keep it under bandage. Now, no more. Them for stop it. Them for stop it. You have to hold them accountable. I will not care anybody will step in. Like what Andrew did say, anyone but from them step in, you're the one who hold you accountable. We no business. We don't business. She named Ward Brown. The lady named Ward Brown. Yes. We don't hear nothing else with her. You hear anything else with her, Ratty? No. See? You have one man at speed from Tankwell. And a bribe a police. And that for pop down, you know. Come here, tell you, say, let me tell you, say, when the food change, the whole of the police commission service, that for them for run them way. Yeah? And up there, so the whole of them from deputy to assistant and commissioner, him first to go on to, you know. The whole of them, if you abandon them, get real police put up there. Because the whole of them tainted. Them not right. Them now doing a police job. Them not go off on a big person. Them going to show you some little youth. And as a police run. Look in a real country. You know business are, ooh, you get charged. When you look, we have the Westminster model. And we see the Prime Minister in the UK. A driver and I tell you what I'm going to do. Him now have just a seatbelt and them charge him feet. Them say the gentleman 42 years old, that and them charge him feet. Agintai prison. I would have put up Agintai straight prison. No pen. But I go in now. Because we have the more than them thing. When them put Ag in a pen.
So let me ask you this, and this is a light moment question. So with all of the people who are in a prison overcrowded, what are you going to do with them politicians? How you plan for build a new prison? Where the money going to come from?
But hear this now. Remember them that get a new prison and them never want it, you know. So we want to put them back in the same dungeon where them put the ghetto youth them over the years. We now put no toilet or nothing in it, you know. Same thing them for going, you know. Why you think them not build a real prison? Because them know them and them people are going in it better. So them need to go back in it and feel the same kind of things them open them eye. Me feel say, right? Me know this. When you're in a high position, yeah, you feel walk on thin line. Not too ratty. When you're in a high position, you feel walk on thin line. And me not joke about it. So when you make a mistake with people funds and them thing there, you feel get all 50 years, them to change the constitution for that. But no, for them thing, I just a slap on the wrist and them pay this. And you must call them name. So take that for change too. Anything you do wrong, it for change. Yeah? And that's how we there, you know. Yeah, man. But keep it real around here, man. See? It for change. Them for, even with the police, them, you know. When police get up and you commit some little things, them for saying you are, hey, listen, your prison thing for long too. Because you're trained. And you must tell lie, you must go in front of court and tell line up and not get to you and not all if you be truthful. 60 years to your lie. 60. I bet it stop and we'll clean up the place. Yeah? Anything for politicians, them for start going at that, go put up something 70 and 50 years and 60 years or 100 years. I bet them stop. Eh? Them that think twice to touch the purse. Them not do it.
We need a thing to do. We need a new prison though.
We need a new prison. But we need a prison for rehabilitate. But them politicians can't rehabilitate, you know. So you have to put them back in the dungeon, you know, St. Catherine District dungeon and the one down there, so. Because we couldn't go lick it down and them not feel it, you know. The one them when me attack in there, we want to lock them up, you know. Them have to feel it too, man. Same way And them have them cat and them have them piss girl. Same way. Same way. Yeah? And then forget the time, same way in a business. Because I believe, this is just my belief, you know. Because I believe you say anything good for the goose, good to the gander, and better. So me, anything where you say, it will just go right across the board. Right across the board. You can't just get up and just get up people, you pick me alone, you step now for them shoulder. But you know you're too big for going at this. And any judge will try to think up something and think them figure they too. Them figure going at it too. I don't go where you can't change the place, brother. Brother, me there, you know, make way, you know, I'm not coughing, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Before you go home, I just want to ask you one quick question. If you had to recommend a place in Jamaica for people to go and vacation, where would it be? And if you have to recommend a place for people to go and live in Jamaica, where would it be?
All right, so look how them the difficult now. I can't recommend nobody at all if say live in Jamaica now. I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm not going to do it. No, but I'll tell them the truth. I'm going to tell them why. Because them I look and say, but man, they will nice and me up now ill. But remember, you know, maybe I get old and them thing. You have to take something. No, you have to take things into consideration. You have to take the hospital first and the road. The water. The hospital very important. Because you're going to leave from a country now when you call an ambulance there, you had 5 minutes. And that life-saving. You understand? You have to say police and you say fire truck too, you know. Because them do what them call it? Paramedics. Fire truck them and you have to see them. See? But in a Jamaica, when you sick, you know, you not care where you call, where you can get better. So you feel nice or something, you feel good, but you just sick and when you look at it and you that.
So yeah, so them should live near like in a Kingston near Andrews then.
Andrews, you know, ready to want upgrade the hospital. We need a hospital. But Andrews can't go and work, but you still have to come out. We need a hospital better.
Because Andrews, if you live in that area, you're pretty close to the hospital, you're close to the fire station. And
yes.
What else? Are you close to the police?
Which one are the police them doing?
Well, headquarters Google, right up the street on Old Hope Road.
Google them. Uncle this and this done.
What them call it? Them have a place up there, a golden triangle, them call it.
Golden triangle, but me not saying nothing golden about it.
If you live close to Vale Royal, over that side there.
Beer rat in a beer right now. Beer rat and thing and them are store things over there. Yeah, man. Up there them call golden triangle, but not really golden about it. Yes.
All right. So all right. So you say you don't recommend no.
We want to fix up the place. Because people are living about look at
all right, people want to go for a vacation. Tell the people when them go to Jamaica, them for go for a vacation.
Right, and that me not gonna tell the people them too, you know, because them have to watch out too, you know. You understand? Me not lie, them have to watch out. When you have family, if you're Jamaican, no, you know, so you have, but me not tell a lie, you know. Me not recommend none of them foreign place if it, you know. But Stephen, I can't do it. See, but when you have family, they know you go for your one come out.
But most people don't want to go on vacation with family. They want to go and see the rest of the island and go somewhere nice and to be served and all of that, and not have to worry about the pressures of
it. Tell them, Danny, if you want to serve some food, don't go play. Me not tell them no Chinese place. Don't go Danny Marina. When you touch some, they are glorious. Come, you know, you recommend Jamaican brand and Jamaican things, seafood, nice. Danny Marina, you look brother, right?
Which part are there? Port Royal?
Port Royal, and right when you come out to Harborview there, so. Yeah. But if Danny Marina, same thing. Yeah, man. So me recommend Danny Marina to them. Eat some fish and nice food and everything. See?
You talk right now the circle, right? That's up on your left hand side with the bus, where the cast.
Yeah, when you come from airport as a turn for go down to Rockfort, on the left hand side, yeah?
Okay.
Right there, so right there, so right. Danny Marina, you see it, man, as I go down. See? That Harborview there, you go down back to.
You go to Kingston, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the water up on your left hand side.
Yes, man. Danny Marina, man. Beautiful. Nice. See? And you're safe. That's what's chilling now. Because I remember when we say you're safe, we know you're safe. I used that. See? They say you're safe. Danny Marina, you're good. You understand? But if you go sleep in some places and them things, I not going to tell the people. I can, you know, say them have to go there. Yeah, and them want like a B&B where in close up we can give them one still, but you know, I want them to recommend, you know. You understand? But otherwise, Me not send them in a them hotel there where, nah, sir.
So Danny Marina endorsed by the man in the wilderness.
Of course.
And Glorias.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Jamaica brand.
All right.
You understand? Jamaica brand. I'm gonna tell you this. And you see Ocean Villas endorsed by me too.
Which part that there?
Over Forum.
Oh, over the other side. Over
Yeah,
like,
Ocean
like,
Villas.
yeah.
Like you know, like
more over that side there.
2 and 3 bed, yeah, because that them place, you know, you get like you have your own thing, and like them do your thing for you, and it gated, and you have security and everything. So over there, so right at the ocean, you have everything to, and you have pool, and it's cheap. You know, cheap. More than you got to pay for them, the cheap, man.
Them just up them price. Them here you say cheap, so them just up them
price.
Man,
them not up it, man. You get a 3-bedroom, you get a like you're there home from home with everything. You know, 3-bedroom like a 250 US a night. 3-bedroom. Now if you broke down 250 a night, it's cheap. You have to pay 300 a night with something where all kind of people. No, sir. in a some place. No, sir. That and you cook, you have everything clean, nice, everything and whatever. You want a chef, you get a chef. You know, you're cheap. And you have your pool and thing. And the 2-bedroom are like 150 a night. So you're good. See? You want and like we can't get vehicle fee and them thing too, you know, all that too, you know. But as I say, when you know, them places, if you have to go, and them places, Jamaican.
So you don't recommend people to still go back to Jamaica, go vacation, but not to go there, go live?
You can't live there. You can't live there. So if you have to go there, that's what I recommend, you know. Okay. And you understand? If you have to go there, yes.
All right, bro.
Then, me there, brother. Later. Yeah, bless up.